made a few posts inside my personal page. Go ahead and watch that. There is one that talks about um, a possible workshop that I'm going to be doing. From now on, as I said multiple times, I'm gonna share a bunch of stuff, but only going to be doing stuff whether it makes sense. Because at some point you get almost tired of just you know publishing workshops and master classes only to have a few people actually coming to it. So if you are interested, there is a chance to learn a probably 1 to 3 days masterclass in Zoom or inside a group, whether or not the things that how to kind of like overcome the holidays without gaining any weight, or even better, lose it. This is exactly what we're supposed to do. For the most people, losing weight during the holidays is impossible. For best case scenario, usually they maintain. Now, go and comment. If I don't have at least 10 comments on, holiday, that means that probably we're not going to do it. If there are, that allows me to get some visibility, which also means that you care. With this being said, if you're not a friend of mine, friend me in a personal page. If you don't friend me, you don't see during the algorithm. According to the algorithm, you don't get to see the things, and then obviously you lose chances. And this being said, I just made a poll inside this group, and the poll was, women over 40, obviously due to hormonal changes, it impacts the way that you're able to see yourself, and therefore it impacts obviously the way you feel. Most of the application comes into my programs, and people are not happy with themselves. It's about they're not happy in their skin. It's about they don't have self-esteem or self-love for themselves, and that get them to either eat bad, engage into poor choices, and that get that usually to the situation they are. Funny enough, there was two answers that one reflected what I thought it was like. The most voted answer are, stress. I don't know how stress impact, my inability to lose weight, which is a problem. The other one, I don't know hormonal workouts that I'm supposed to do to lose the weight, which is also a problem. But those are surface problem. Those are two problems which are by innate. Usually they are like on the surface. The other one, you compare yourself to the body you look in the 20 and the 30, and you don't feel very good into wearing clothes. Those are the real problems. And usually those are problems that are more enrooted into a self-esteem problem, which is basically why people never change. What's gonna happen, with how our clients right now, or people that I'm gonna be working in the future, is the following. I'm gonna carefully assess when they come in, or if you're a client, when you are ready, you're probably gonna receive a call from myself, in the next few days, especially if you have not been active right now. And we're gonna talk about what's really bothering you in your life, what's stopping you from actually making the changes, because it's always about something else than just macros or diets, or whether or not you eat too many carbs. It's always about really not doing what you're supposed to do because you either can't, because you can adhere to it, it's consistency problem, or there is something really not allowing you to be consistent, whether it's something in your relationship, in your marriage, in your work, whether it's something that you cannot manage time, whether you don't really care about the goal you have, which is a possibility, which doesn't make you a bad person. It only means like you're not maybe ready to change, which is okay. But today I wanted to share a little bit about my transformation. I've been very vocal lately about my struggle, which I'm not necessarily going to repeat here. But as I go back and forth from this conversation, and again, personally, it got me almost into a very, not burnout, but more close to a depression momentarily. And as I try to come out of it, I realized that in any bad time in your life, there is good time in there. That means you can really transform. If you're gonna transform, you have to do it from the inside out, not from the outside in. For the past 10 years, I've not been losing weight. I'm not necessarily tried because I was really focused on, growing this business. And probably I'm one of the biggest achievement guy that is able to not changing himself to be able to motivate other people to change. Because usually like people change from a transformation of somebody. You either see somebody that is transforming, so you're inspired, or people can inspire you, right? I'm happy to say that I was able to inspire a lot of people. Yet, probably before the last 2 months, I have not undergone my own transformation because I was not really changing. And you don't really change until you don't change. And the crazy part is that usually change comes from pain. Change comes from something that drastically happened into your life, whether it's something you like or you don't like. And change comes from you being able to face the fear or face the problem that you're able to, right? Um, for the past 2 years, I've been talking with a lot of people that have issues, with their job. They're not able to either ask for a raise, or whether they're not able to, whatever. They have problem with their relationship, or marriage or families, and they're not able to come out of it. That get them to temporarily want to change them, to chase the next diet. And as it doesn't happen, and as they are not consistent, then they go back because they don't necessarily fix the root cause. The root cause, um, for me, got me to take back the issue that I had. When I realized that I was like, okay, I'm not feeling good at all. I realized that I could not necessarily do the same task I used to do on the work. That got me to move more. I had to move more, and as I move more, because obviously, when you have to do 10 to 12,000 steps, you have to have the time to do it. If you are on phone call, on support call every day, then you don't have time to do it. But if you can, then you just start doing it. You do it one day, and then you do it another day, and then you do it another day. In the same way, when you don't feel good, then for some people they eat a lot more food. Some people they don't eat a lot of food. This time I didn't feel like I had to eat a lot of food. I was like, okay, I can probably use to intermittent fasting right now. I can just do something like that. Let's see what happens. And as this thing happens, and as I reduce my workout, and this is one thing that worked for me, when you work out every time, because I used to love to work out and I love to work out, then your parasympathetic system gets blocked, and your sympathetic system, your body, get more active. And as you do that, then you get more hungry. And as you get more hungry, you're never really gonna lose weight. Doing all this shifting automatically got me to finally see that the weight is going down. I went to my colleague, he measured me on the BIA, the bioelectrical impedance, and he told me, it's like, you lost 4 kilo of fat. And I was like 92 and I got to 86. And I was like, okay, you lost 4 kilo of fat, and then you put back 1.5 kilo of muscle, which is crazy because I only work out about 2 times a week. I have a good muscle mass. I've always been training, but that get me the realization that this is kind of like a good thing for me, because whether I did, and that's funny because he told me, oh, you should try to do this also this macro if you want to maximize. But I was like, I basically didn't care what I ate as long as I just skip a meal because I didn't feel like it. When I work out, I got this meal, but then you just do that, and the proof is that you're losing fat and I'm gaining muscle. So basically, exactly what is supposed to happen. And then the proof is that I don't need more than 2 workouts per week, and which is great because in this time I don't really feel like working out more either. Even now, I'm gonna work out later, but basically this is it. So that got me to build the right habits, and I validated the right habits. Those are my habits for success. And so now I know that I need somehow to pull out at least 7,000 steps a day. If I don't do it one day, I'm gonna have to do more the other day. And I don't make it an obsession. I don't make it like some sort of like guilt-based reaction if I cannot make it. If I eat an extra burger, I don't care. But I'm gonna try to get clean eating into place. And basically, I'm doing everything that is different from the things that I'm supposed to do. I was very sedentary and I'm moving more. I was working a lot more and I'm moving less. For some people, might be the opposite, right? This is why when I say we need to work together into solving problems, that's what needs to happen. If it was as easy as just saying get a bunch of macros, you can Google that shit. You can literally go and say, I'm gonna do keto or intermittent fasting or vegan, and you can find ways to do plans that you can just follow. The problem is that if you don't change, it's because you don't change from the inside. You don't identify the problems. You're not ready to face the problem, and you see the problem always as a bad thing. Meaning, like if there is something which is detrimental to you, is like whether you have to make a decision which is hard, whether it is a again, marriage based, relationship based, job based, which you hate, maybe a job and you don't want to give it up because you can't, and yet you cannot, when you stay in it, you're not happy. Whether it's something because you really hate what you see in the mirror and you're scared to change somehow. You hate what you see, but still don't want to give up the burger. And when you identify and you face a problem, then it's about establishing what habits are going to take care of the problem. We're going to reconstruct your mind, we're going to reconstruct your body, and then we're going to reconstruct your identity, because chances are what got you there, it's also what keeping you there. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like I felt a very strong identity towards myself for the past, I want to say 10 years. Things that happened recently got me almost to build something different. And sometimes when you please people, you get different, and then you build yourself different, which is a problem. And sometimes the best things that you have to do is to reconstruct yourself, and you really need to get back into place and say, okay, forget who I'm becoming. I need to become somebody better, but I need to use my current reality, which probably, if you're not able to see results, is not good, for improvement, right? Yeah, I was just messaging somebody earlier, and I was like saying, we gonna we're gonna train people for free for the whole month of December if people committing to something longer, because usually it's about New Year's resolution, only for this resolution to last 15 days into January, and then you lose the habits and you're back to square one. Why? Because you're intrinsically motivated. You don't really care about changing, you just want to do it because you feel it's right. In the holiday, people gain a bunch of weight, and that's why they want to have a New Year resolution instead of just making the resolution forever. When you get help during the holiday, it's been statistically proven that if you're able to go through the holiday, losing weight or not gaining weight, then you commit to something, you get to the summer, this lasts for most of the life. This is a everlasting change. But as this, for most people, this is not clear, they tell me stuff like, oh, yeah, I cannot pay attention to my health right now because I have some relationship issue, for example, or I have some job issue. Well, it's like health is not just some switch that you just turn on and off, like, for example, this light right there. Oh, okay, I want to be healthy now. Okay, I don't want to be healthy because I have a problem. I want to be healthy. Well, I don't want to be healthy because I'm going to go to vacation. I want to be healthy. Oh, I cannot really be healthy now because I have my kids is facing some sort of an issue. No, you need to take your life like, okay, I know that I'm going to have to move. I know that I'm going to have to hydrate. I know that I'm going to have to this. How can I make this thing happen anyway, even if I have kids, even if I have to wake up an hour early, even if I slept 3 hours last night, even, and the funny part is that right now I'm saying like it's easy, right? It's like, okay, I have to, like, the other day I had like an anxiety attack, and I couldn't sleep for the whole night for some choices that I had to make, which I couldn't make. And then that again brought me to the end of something that it was really important. And again, now you probably cannot go back, but you need to accept, right? Yet today I'm gonna go to walk. Today I'm gonna go to work out anyway, right? So it's important that you understand that life isn't just something that you do when it's easy. Health isn't just something you do if you feel perfectly fine. It's something that you must do regardless. And this is the important part. I think that we live, even if you feel bad, or even if you feel like it's a hard time, we live only one life, and today you're here, but tomorrow you don't know how you're gonna be. If you're not happy, if you don't make the best from today, then you just wasted another day. So with this being said, I hope this video is helpful into making you understand that once you need to use the hard things that happens to you towards your advantage and need to make the best of it. Two, that might be the shift that you need to transform, because you transform from the inside out. When something happened to you, whether it's good or bad, you transform because you're gonna make the right choices. And then if you're smart, you're gonna keep those choices forever. Like if you lose 5 kilo and you gain it back, you're dumb, because it means like you don't necessarily realize what got you to lose 5 kilo. Because you can always lose 5 or 6 kilos, like I did, and you can gain back 2. But if you gain back 5 or 6, which is usually what happens bar none everywhere, then you're dumb because you're making many mistakes because it takes time to gain all that. That means like you're making so many mistakes. Maybe you can make one mistake